Ekambi, why did you decide to choose asset management as a career path?
I had the opportunity to go to work to ASCA, the Artillery Security Center Africa, at the creation. That's where I started really touching and be used to all this financial market field for real.
What is the story behind asset management?
You are managing your money and investing it in intangible assets. If you have shares in a company, that's an asset.
So why do I need to take my money and give it to Africa Bride?
If you want to go to the financial market, you have to pass through professionals that understand the scientific language of the financial market. You can't buy assets on the stock market without passing through a broker.
What makes someone a good broker?
Is the person talking to me agreed by the consumer? If the person is not agreeing, it means the person is not authorized to talk to you about financial market.
And now, what will you say is the right time for a small company or an individual to seek advice from an asset management company?
The right time is now.
How then do I ensure that maybe you're investing in something that is of benefit to me?
If they don't have a mutual fund that can fit all those criteria, what they will do is that they will take you now on in an individual management where the investment they will do with your money will fit the criteria that you want.
There are some people who are still skeptical about investing in bonds because they feel like it's gambling.
Even if it's gambling, you are gambling with real data.
Fellow viewers, you're once again welcome to another edition of the Shema Show. Today, we are honored to be in the presence of Mr. Ekambi Sammy. Yeah, Sammy is in the house today, and we are so honored to be with him today. Mr. Ekambi has actually worked with institutions such as STB and 𝐌𝐀𝐍𝐆, and right now he's currently the managing director of Africa Bride Asset Management. Mr. Ekambi, welcome to the Shema Show.
Thank you very much.
It's really an honor to be
Thank you
have you on the Shema Show. You know, actually, when I heard about asset management, I was wondering how many people really know about asset management. But the question I'd like to start with today is, what actually led you to get involved into asset management? Because when I look at your career, I see that you've actually been in finance, you've been in advisory, investment advisory, and even as an internal auditor. So why did you decide to choose asset management as a path, a career path?
Okay. Thank you again. Thank you for having me on the show. What leads me to asset management? I would just say that I have like a scientific, what we call back day, in the francophone course in Cameroon. So at first I was like interested in statistics. So I wanted to do that statistics. So, but I had a scholarship for my university. I had a scholarship, a state scholarship, Cameroon scholarship, that led me to a management school in Morocco. That's where I like discovered finance for the first time, because I was like mathematician, science, biology, and so on. So that's where I met finance for the first time, and I want to say that I like fell in love with finance very, very quickly, because I understood that's where I was like very fit. It was mathematics, a bit of literature, not much of like pure science like physics or chemistry. So I was like in something that I thought was like comfortable for me. So that's where I started. After the management school, I did a master's in finance. So that's where I really discovered all this finance field, this private equity, asset management, and so on. So when I started my career in 𝐻𝐻 Bank, I really wanted to work like in the financial market department, but at that time they were not taking people that have the management diploma in the financial market. They were taking mathematicians, statisticians, the engineers in the financial market department or direction. So I started with internal audit. I did internal audit like for 5 years, and I was quite really interested in financial markets. So I had the opportunity to go to work to ASCA, the Treasury Security Center Africa, at the creation. That's where I started really touching and be used to all this financial market field for real. At first, I was not in the main part of the activity. I was just on the support. So I was managing finance, HR, and I was not really involved in the main part of the activities. So, but as a general secretary there, I was like informed of what we were doing. I was aware of what we were doing and how we were doing it. And I have the background, I have a finance background. So that was not something that was strange for me.
Yeah.
So when I had the opportunity to go to Africa Bright to be like really deep in the subject, I decided that I would just take my chance, and since 5 years I'm there, so I'm struggling with it.
Wow, your story is very interesting. Now, someone that's listening to also kind of wondering, like, what is this asset management all about? Remember before the show we were saying that there are some people who actually think asset management is all about managing maybe properties, maybe plots of land, maybe shares or something, right? You think about assets. So can you educate us, right? Okay. For someone who is listening to us today and maybe has never heard of asset management, what is it? What is the story behind asset management?
Okay, asset management is, as you said, people like when you hear asset, if you are alive, you have to like define the words and asset and managing. So you think that, okay, it's managing. When you hear asset, at first, you think of like tangible assets. You think of cars, plots, houses, and so on. But what we are doing is not far from those assets. It's just that they are financial and intangible assets. So we manage intangible assets. That means what? Managing intangible assets is that people just give us their money, because you give us your money, and we are going to find for you on the financial market those intangible assets according to what you told us is your risk profile, the type of intangible assets you want us to invest in, the type of risk you want to take, and maybe the level of gain you want to make too, because all those things define the way we'll have to manage your money. Because in fact, we are managing your money and investing it in intangible assets. What do we call intangible assets now? Intangible assets are like, we have like two, the main types, the main intangible assets that we have is the stocks, like in a company. If you have shares in a company, that's an asset. Because people often forget that that's an asset. If you have shares in a company, it means you invest in a company, you have shares in a company, you're a shareholder, that's an asset. If a company owes you money, that's an asset too. Because if the company owes you money, it means they're paying you interest. The company or a state, who owes you money is paying interest. It means you have invested your money in somewhere and it's producing interest, and it is giving you return on your investment. So that's the two main intangible assets. So if tomorrow Shirley give us her money, what we'll go and find is maybe shares of the company listed on the stock option of CEMAC, or we'll go for what we call the bonds, maybe for a company or maybe for a state. That's where we invest your money.
So, Ekambi, when you're talking, right, you're talking about me, for instance, Shirley giving you your money to manage. I think someone will ask, the question that I would like to ask is, but why should I give you my money? Why can't I just take my money and go and invest on maybe the stock market, or maybe invest it in whatever company that I want? So why do I need to take my money and give it to Africa Bright to invest it for me?
In fact, the main answer or the right answer to the question is that the market, the financial market, is like a big market. I will do like some similarities. We are in Bonaberi. So the biggest market in Bonaberi is what? Now let's say Sandaga.
Okay. Yeah.
Sandaga is the biggest market in Sandaga. When you go to Sandaga, Sandaga starts around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. That's where people start coming to Sandaga to buy things. So when you go to Sandaga, people come from like the west or the southwest and northwest province with goods, with tomato, onions, and so on. When you reach there, if you have like 500 at 3 a.m., if you have like 500, you cannot buy there because they sell it only to a certain type of people, a certain type of customers. That would be like, they will call it the grossist. That's how you call
wholesalers.
it. The gross sellers, you call it, because that's, at that time of the market, they are professional. They are speaking a language that only them understand. Yeah. So then after 3 a.m., you have the batch of 5 a.m. The batch of 5 a.m., that's all those people that sells in those small markets around the town that will come and buy to those gross sellers. So if you have 500, at that time at 5 a.m., you cannot buy. Even if you know someone there, you cannot buy at that time because the quantity you want to buy is very small and you are not allowed. It seems as if you are not allowed to be buying there. So your time to buy will reach around 8 a.m. like that, where all those transactions up there have been done. That's where you can intervene. So the financial market is a little bit the same like the Sandaga market. If you want to go to the financial market, you have to pass through professionals that understand the certain language of the financial market. Because the gross sellers, that's what they call the people who will come to like sell their shares or who will come to like raise money in debt or in shares. Those people, they speak to a certain people too. They don't want to speak. If you have 10,000, for example, if there's a company, let's say we have a bank, the latest bank, 𝐌𝐻𝐍𝐶, for example, 𝐌𝐻𝐍𝐶 that's doing an initial public offering. It means 𝐌𝐻𝐍𝐶 is opening its capital and anyone in the country or any one of the 6 countries of CEMAC can go and buy. The minimum to buy is 10 actions for 800,000. But if 𝐌𝐻𝐍𝐶 has to speak to all the, like, well, how many, 60 million, I think, something like that, 60 million of the CEMAC people, and having, let's say, 10% of them, that's 6 million. If 𝐷GFA has to deal with 10%, it means Sherry will come with 800,000, I will come with 1 million, another one will come with 2 million, and there were big that will come like 1 billion. It means 𝐷GFA have to answer to all of them at the same time. But in the financial market, that's not how it works. If you have the 800,000, come and see an asset management or an asset manager of what you call société de bourse in French, that will collect from all those people and go to present your offer to 𝐷GFA, for example, or a state that's willing to raise money. So that's why you have to pass through an asset manager or a broker. You have to pass through an asset management or broker to have like bonds or capital bonds or debt bonds in the financial market.
People actually can buy shares directly from the stock market, right?
No.
Really? You can't?
You can't buy assets on the stock market without passing through a broker.
Oh, so all those that actually go on the stock market actually have to pass through a broker.
Exactly.
Ah, all right. So now my question will be, how then do you choose the grossist to give your money to? How then do you choose the broker? Who is the right broker? What makes someone a good broker in your case?
Ooh, that's a very tricky question. A good broker, we can define a good broker like what makes someone a good vendor. But first of all, to differentiate between a real broker and a non-real broker, that's I would say, you have to have an agreement from the consumer.
Okay.
So if someone talks to you first that, okay, I'm a broker in the CEMAC market or in the CEMAC zone, he has to show you his agreement, and it's a public document. His agreement, the agreement of his managing director or PDG or DGOS or whatever. So you have to be agreed by the consumer. For me, that's the only thing that's very important. Now, we can like enter in some details like the type of service that you have, the type of counsel that you have. But the main and the most important thing is the person talking to me is agreed by the consumer.
Wow.
If the person is not agreed, it means the person is not authorized to talk to you about financial market.
So, but why do you think that the knowledge about asset management is really not, it's not very popular in Africa? Because I think a lot of people really are kind of like ignorant about asset management.
Oh, let's say it's something new in Francophone Africa, and Central and West Africa. And Central Africa, we are the latest in the world now doing all this financial stuff. I think it's political to some. I would say it's political too, just because first of all, we don't have it like in our courses in our education. We don't have it. When we talk about pension funds, for example, in America or in Europe, that's what they are talking about pension funds like since 50 years, 100 years back. Yeah. It's new in our environment because even politically, we did not make sure that we have the environment to have such companies or such activities in our countries back then. But let's say since 10 years now, there have been some political measures to make sure that, okay, we can develop. Because when you look at the market, let's say the dollar stock, what we used to call the dollar stock exchange, DSX. The DSX was created in 2000, for example, yes, 2000, that's 26 years today. What we call BVMAC, so that's the Central Africa Stock Exchange. It was created the same year, in 2000. So we had in our zone, normally, CEMAC zone works like one country because we have one central bank, we have one regulator for the banking, we have one regulator for the financial market. But what happened is that in those days, in 2000,
they have one stock market too? Is it just the dollar stock market for CEMAC?
Today now, we have only the BVMAC. Was what I said was the Central Africa stock market. In French the name is in French, BVMAC, that's Bourse des valeurs mobilières d'Afrique centrale. But for like 10 years or 20 years, for like 15 or 18 years like this, we had two stock markets in our zone. We have the regional stock market, that was the BVMAC, that was existing in Gabon, and we had the dollar stock exchange. I think that's one of the main reasons too why it took that a long time to have it like something popular. Then in 2018, the political decision decided to come back to the normal aspect of the thing. So having only one stock exchange market for all the CEMAC zone, as we have one central bank, we have one COBAC, we call COBAC. So since then, that's why you can see really the boom of the asset management company, the brokers company, and their activities. When we went from, in 2020, from two asset management companies in CEMAC to 16 in 2026, for example. So you can see the very quick evolution through like 6 or 8 years.
Wow. Talking about the revolutions, right? Right now, it still feels like asset management is for big entities. It's like it's normal for pension funds to use the asset management companies, right? And now, what will you say, right, is the right time for a small company or an individual to seek advice from an asset management company?
The right time is now. The right time is always it's now. There's no. In fact, let's say we'll analyze it in two aspects: the aspect of an individual and the aspect of a company.
Okay.
When you're an individual, it means maybe you have a salary, so you're an employee, and you have a salary at the end of the month. You do savings. You save in Jangi, you save in banks or something like that. You do savings for a lot of things. You do saving because you just have to have something if ever a risk occur, an event occur, you can have some money to face it. You can do saving because you are preparing a project, building a house, buying a car, getting married, and so on. Or even if you are preparing studies for your children and so on. If you can save, if you can save money at the end of the month, it means you can be working with an asset management company.
Really? Well, just imagine someone maybe at the end of the month you have 300,000 francs, and I come to your office. Hey,
as savings or salary?
Salary.
Salary. Okay.
Yes. Because in Cameroon, most civil servants actually.
Civil servants. Okay.
Yeah, most civil servants in Cameroon earn an average of
250 to 350,
exactly.
maybe 400. Okay.
So can I come and knock at your door and kind of okay, I'm coming to seek advice?
Let's say on the 300,000, let's say you can save how much? 10%?
Let's even say you can save as much as 20%.
20%? 50,000? Yes. 20% of 300,000.
That's 250.
Of 250.
Yes.
That's 50,000.
Yes.
For sure, you can be a customer of any asset management company in Cameroon or in Sema, you can be a customer.
Seriously?
Yes.
Tell me more.
Because in fact, people just often think that when you go in the asset management company, you see the asset management company will tell you that, okay, I'm managing 800 billion,
the money is
billion, 100 billion. So,
portfolio.
So if they are managing 80 billion, it means someone with 50,000 per month is not interesting for them. But it's very wrong, because to be a client or a customer for an asset management, you just have to buy, for an asset management company, you just have to buy one share.
Okay.
One share of what we call a mutual fund. So one share of a mutual fund often costs from 1,000 francs to maybe 100,000 francs.
1,000 francs?
1,000 francs. 1,200 francs, for example. But the common price is around 10,000. So it means if you have 50,000 per month, it means you can buy 5 shares.
Wow.
And normally you can be a customer with only one share. So it means you can put there 10,000 per month, and you are a customer.
Seriously?
For sure.
So how do they need to come to your office? Because now I'm talking about because where your office is, I'm sure.
We are very, very small. For example, Africa Brightsman, we have 10 staff. Yeah. But you can have it, you can contact us on our website. Okay. We have pages on social media. If you contact us there, we will answer you directly. And you don't need to be coming at our office. We are in Bonanjo. Let's say you are in Ngaoundéré. Yes. Just send us a mail and we'll answer you. You will send us your document through scan and through mails. You can have your money through Orange Money. Some of our colleagues even have mobile, both Orange Money and mobile money. The only thing is that we do not really take cash because we are supposed to be all these money laundering policies that are in the CEMAC zone. So it's banking or mobile money. Wow. And you can have, so if you have 10,000 in your mobile money just now, you have a merchant code, you can subscribe to a share of a mutual fund.
Okay, so now
if we go on the side of a company, let's say a small business company, if you are on your years where you are struggling and you are not making any money, I can understand if you are not making any money, you will not have any money to save.
Any money to save in the first place.
But
Yeah.
once you start like making money, being positive, it means you can have a bit of what you have as money or result at the end of your turnover at the end of the year. You can place it in any product of an asset management company, because as you can place it in a bank on what we call DAT or bond de caisse, you can place it too in a product of an asset management company for the same purpose. Your purpose is that, okay, one part of your capital is running your business, and you are having a little bit of income that you just place in a financial product to make sure that, okay, you can you can be doing a little bit of revenue, financial revenue, what you call financial revenue in your company. So I was saying that with 𝐍𝐆, you now, as the IPO is going on, you have to buy like 10 shares to be a shareholder. One share is 80,000, buying 10 shares, that's 100,000. But after the initial public offering, you'll be able to buy one share, that's 80,000. So if you have 80,000 tomorrow and you go to see a broker, you tell him that I have 80,000, I want to buy one share of 𝐍𝐆. He can find you someone who is available to sell one of the shares, and you'll be a shareholder of 𝐍𝐆.
Secondly, you mentioned IPO.
Initial public offering.
Exactly. So what does that mean? For the sake of those that are listening.
It's the first time that someone comes to the market to like raise funds.
Okay.
So when you come to the financial market for the first time, for the first time with an operation, they call it an initial public offering. So you can be having like 10 people initial public offering. It's just that you have an operation the period of the time that's the first time you come into the market, they call it an initial public offering.
Okay. Yeah. So when you mention initial,
yes, should
I be scared? Should someone be scared when you say it's initial?
No, initial is just to say that it's the first time.
Yeah.
No, it's the first time. Okay. Now, you ask how risky is investing.
Yeah. Is investing in an initial public offering?
No, it's the same risk if you invest when the period of the initial public. It's just the initial public offering is a period.
Yeah.
When that period is passed, the bond is listed now on the stock, and it can be being exchanged according to what people want and what people want to buy and what people want to sell. But the first time it's listed, they call it initial public offering.
So it means that the first time that it's coming on, it means everybody buys at the same amount.
At the same amount.
But after that, you can trade at your own amount.
Exactly.
Okay. All right then.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Mr. Ekambi, right? So talk to me about, let me say, those that are going on retirement, because I was having this discussion with someone the day before we were having this show, right? I was having a discussion with this executive and a gentleman, right? So I asked him, right, about asset management. And he made me to understand that he was introduced to asset management like 20 years back by his company, right? So I think I have two questions here. My first question is, so, because when I asked him, is he interested, is he still going to continue with the asset management company when he retires? Because he made mention of the fact that he was going on retirement soon. He told me no, since he's going on retirement, he doesn't think he needs them again. So I want you to kind of like, what's your take on that thinking, right? And the second one is, how should companies kind of like, what's the relationship that you advise companies to have with asset management firms, right? Okay. Yeah, for instance, the Sherma Show, right? It's a new company that we are starting. So what is the relationship that you advise that we have with an asset management firm?
Okay. I'll start by the last question so that it will lead me to the other one. For example, a company, what we have here in Cameroon, the only retirement plan when you're an employee, the only retirement plan that we have is sentence.
Yeah.
because it's like mandatory to
Yeah.
your
Contribute.
company contribute for you at CNPS, and let's say when you go to retirement, CNPS will give you your pension, your monthly pension. But how does it work with CNPS exactly? CNPS considers that the maximum salary in Cameroon is 800,000 francs. That's the maximum salary that you can have for them. That's the maximum salary that a Cameroonian can have. That's 800,000 francs. And it was 300,000 francs. It changed like some 5 years, maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Before that, the max was 300,000 francs. It means that the max you can have as your pension going to retirement through CNPS is those 800,000 francs. And to have 800,000 francs, it means you'll be having those 800,000 francs as a salary for the last 15 years before your retirement. Let's now take the example of, we'll take the private sector, for example. In the private sector, if you start like even at 200 or 300 francs, 300,000 francs for as a salary per month, you go up and you work for like 20, 25 years, for example. Maybe you end your career maybe at like 1.5, if you are lucky, maybe 2 million francs per month. The day you stop working, the month after you stop working, you pass from 2 million, for example, to maybe, if you are lucky, maybe 800,000 francs. That means you were used to live on 2 million francs a month, having a driver, maybe 2 people working at your house, you have someone doing your flowers and so on, someone taking care of the pool at your place, and traveling, eating some type of foods. But as soon as you stop working, your revenue drops from like more than 50%. At that time, that's where maybe an asset management company can help you. Because if, like the Sharma show, if as a company, if you decide that, okay, we are obliged to do CNPS, we are obliged to contribute to CNPS. Now we are a young company, we are starting. What we can put in place is that we can put what we call a complementary retirement fund, for example, for the employees, where they will contribute what they want to contribute, and maybe to encourage them. If you are like very stable, to encourage them, you will add something. So all these big firms, these big firms in Cameroon, for example, what we call the Grand Group International, they have those plan, those complementary retirement plan, where they will say, okay, I will put 50, you put 50. If you put 50%, what you put, I put the same. The most advantageous one that I saw is that what you put, I put the double for you. Wow. Just to encourage people to prepare their retirement. So all those retirement plan, those complementary retirement plan will be managed for you by an asset management company. That's where a firm like any firm in Cameroon or in Semak Zone can have an interest working with an asset management company. But at the end of the day, now to switch to the answer of the gentleman, at the end of the day, the customer is the employee. He is the one contributing. They are contributing for him, or he is the one contributing. So what we are trying to do at that time is that, okay, we'll give them 2 options. At the end of their career, when you are going to retirement, you can have the bundle that they will give you. Okay, they'll say, okay, you have been contributing in the complementary retirement fund for 20 years, for example. their capital and interest for the 20 years that you have been contributing is 20 million. You can have your 20 million now, ciao.
Okay.
Or we can now, at the time you are going to retirement, we can have a plan for you. Let's say, okay, we cut off the 20 million. Now, we will help you manage those 20 million to make sure that the 20 million continues to work for you,
I get that.
producing you interest, and those interests will just come on as a complement of what you're having, maybe, for example, in the same place. So, even if you are going to retirement, there are ways for you to still continue working with an asset management company.
Oh, wow, I get that. Thanks. You break it down and you make it look so simple.
It's very simple.
Yeah, no, but the way you actually piece it off it looks so simple. Well, so I think there's also another stuff, right? So while looking at asset management, there's always this term that comes of, right, wealth management. I know people commonly use it interchangeably, but is there really a difference between asset management and wealth management?
Not really different, because what you put in wealth is all you have, like the tangible and intangible assets. When you want to calculate your wealth, you say, okay, I have lands, I have buildings, then I have intangible assets too. I have shares in this company or that company. I have debt bonds of this company or this state, for example. So no, it's not like you can be if you do well. People that do wealth management work very closely with people that do asset management for the part of the intangible assets.
I see. Oh, that's beautiful. So now, when you guys take the money that will be given to you, right? How then do I ensure that maybe you're investing in something that actually is of benefit to me, or something that I'm interested in? Because the truth is that I can give you my money. You might actually have a couple of investments that you want to make, but maybe there are certain types of investment that I might not be interested in. So how do I ensure that what you're investing in aligns with maybe my values or aligns with what I want for my own? Okay.
When you work with an asset management company, you have two main products. You have what we call the common products, that's the mutual funds, and you have the individual products. For example, if the mutual funds, you just accept what the investment policy of the mutual fund, but it's clear. The mutual fund has an investment policy that they have to communicate to the customer to tell you that, okay, this mutual fund, we invest in this, and this. So if you are not comfortable with one of them, you cannot be investing in this mutual fund. So now, if you list to an asset management company or an asset manager, if you list in that, okay, me, Shirley, I don't want to invest in state bonds, for example. I want to invest in this type of companies. I want to invest in banking, for example. I want to invest in industrial companies. If they don't have a mutual fund that can fit all those criteria, what they will do is that they will take you now in an individual management, where the investment they will do with your money will fit the criteria that you want. So, for example, if you will say, okay, me, I don't invest in gambling, for example. If we have gambling societies or companies that are listed, I don't invest in gambling. I don't invest in maybe drugs, alcohol companies, for example. So our management at that time will be an individual management that will be fit your criteria. So you can have a relevé at any time to show you exactly in what asset did we invest your money.
Wow. So now tell me, right, because most of the times when you keep your money with a lot of people who come talking about intangible assets, maybe shares, sometimes the challenge that so many people face is always to recover the money, right? When do you get the money? How do you get the money? Is it at the end of the month? So please, can you clarify us on how you get back your money when it comes to asset management firms?
Once again, it depends on what you want.
Okay.
For example, if you go to an asset manager and you tell him that, okay, for example, let's take the gentleman that was saying that he's not sure that he will continue to work with an asset manager. So I told you that if you have at the end of your career, when you are going to retirement, they will give you, okay, this your park, 20 million, for example, this is what you have. He can come to an asset management company and say, okay, maybe I need money monthly to live because that's the only revenue I have. Yes, I want to invest. I want it to like produce interest, but I need monthly money to live to complete my CNPS, for example. We'll have to schedule a plan of investment or a policy of investment that fits that criteria that, okay, we have to be in bed. We have to explain it to him too, that having money going off monthly will reduce at the end of the time or at the end of the year. It will reduce what maybe your capital or maybe your interest. So you have to be aware of that. Now, if you are in a mutual fund, for example, if you're in a mutual fund, when you invest in a mutual fund, the politic of a mutual fund, and that's not like something proper to ABAM or proper to any company, the politic of a mutual fund is that you can withdraw your money at any time if you want it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yes, you can withdraw your money at any time. If you put your money today and you want to withdraw and you go at your place, you sleep and you're not really comfortable. Tomorrow you want to withdraw. You can withdraw it and have your 1 day interest. So that's how mutual funds work. Now, if you invest directly in the bonds, like maybe in a capital bonds or a debt bonds, if you want to have your money, you just place your order that, okay, I want to sell my bonds, and your broker will find someone who have the cash available. It may take like maybe 2 weeks or 1 week because he has to find on the market people who want to buy those bonds, and it can take maybe a little bit of time. But in a mutual fund, for example, when you invest your money in a mutual fund, if you want your money tomorrow, you have to, you go there, you place your order that, okay, I want to remove part of complete or all of my money. They will sell you.
Wow. So now, but when you're talking about shares, right? Because I know sometimes the prices of shares in the market, they actually go down, right? So, but how come? So does it mean that then who takes the losses? So if I owe me,
It's your money.
Really? So I can give you my money, and after that you come and tell me that, okay.
Because that's why investing in capital bonds is a risk that you are taking that you can gain. That's true, but you can lose part of all your money because tomorrow, let's say you invest in a company and now maybe 5 years ago we had COVID. We have COVID that came and many companies went down because of COVID, for example. If you have shares in a company that will go down because of COVID, it's not bad management, it's not bad investment, it's just that that's something that happened. But the responsibility of your broker is to give you the right information at the right time. Because when he's investing for you, when he is counseling you and saying that, okay, according to what you said and according to what you asked, this is where I think, this is what I think fits you. This bond fits you. This capital bond fits you, for example. You are aware of the decision he's taking for you. So if ever I have any information that leads him to think that maybe the cost can drop and so on, he will inform you that, okay, according to this and that, I think it's the right time to sell, because if not, maybe they will lose some money. That's why the main way of managing a portfolio of bond is to like diversification. Because if you are not like a risk taker, we'll tell you that okay, we'll go on something that will have a revenue guarantee, and that will be debt bonds. We will not gain that much, but you are sure that your capital will not shake any day or anyhow, unless there's a catastrophe, but your capital will not shake and you have your interest. Now, we'll build part of your money in debt bonds, for example, and now we'll put part of it too in capital bonds, where we have more, normally we have more revenue, but we are taking more risks too. So you have the risk there that maybe the company can go down and you lose your money.
So now, but when you're speaking, right, I think it's like there is never a point where the person investing gets to win, because more or less it's like, if you actually maybe advise me wrongly, there's no way I can actually blame the asset management firm, right? Because you can always hide behind the fact that, oh, but I told you, I informed you, you were part of the decision. So when is it appropriate for maybe a company that has actually come and contacted maybe an asset management firm to hold the asset management firm responsible for taking wrong decisions?
Responsible for taking wrong decisions?
Maybe incompetence.
It can be. Yes, it can happen that the asset management company can take wrong decision. It can happen. But it depends. It really depends of what was the discussion with the customer at first. Taking wrong decision will be taking decisions that goes on the other side of what the customer would want, have asked or wanted. Let's say Shirley will come and tell us that, okay, me, I'm not a risk taker. So I don't want to take any risk. I want to be sure that, okay, at the end of the day, whatever happened, I have to have at least my capital, the 1 million or the 10 million or the 100 million that I gave you, I have to have it back. So if you gave your instruction that clearly, and now the asset manager will say, okay, no, me, I think I want Sherry to gain much, so that I'll go and take bonds or capital bonds, for example, or take products that are risky, where there's a risk to lose the capital. That's where normally there should be a whole responsible of any disaster that happens.
So I think that takes me to the next question, right? So what are some of the profiles of those in an asset management firm that I should look for when thinking of approaching an asset management firm?
For example, you have to check on, first of all, because now in an asset management firm, one of the most important person is the managing director. You have to like look the profile. Today we have LinkedIn. You can like Google someone and see his profile to see like his background, what he has done. The portfolio managers of the asset management company too. The results of the asset management company in managing that. Normally, every asset management company has a track record of their result, the rates that they made the last years and so on. So you can have it and check to see, okay, maybe the rates that are the track record or the rate that they did the last 2 years, the last 3 years are very interesting, and that's what I want, or that's what I'm looking for. So for me, it's really the trust you can put in an asset management company. You have to just check that the people there are trustable. So, and if to see if they are just trustable, just check the background of the people, now to the background of the company, the portfolio they are managing, how much are they managing today, and what are their track record of what they are managing today. Is it going up? Is it dropping down? Something like that. Is it stable? So it can give you an let's say an idea of what you are signing for.
So does it mean that when a portfolio is going down, automatically it means poor performance?
No.
Okay.
No, because it depends on the market. The portfolio, it depends too on the market. Maybe the market generally is going down. People, we do not, let's say, we do not create rate. We do not create the rating chess. We have the rating chess of the market.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a portfolio rate going down, what you have to check is the market too going down? When I see the investment policy of the portfolio, for example, of a mutual fund, I can go and check if the bonds or the bonds where the portfolio invests the money, if those bonds are generally going down, it means it's something normal for the portfolio. It's not bad decisions or bad management. For sure.
So, Mr. Ekambi, right, when you speak, honestly, I've really been very interested in the discussion because what happens is that you just make it look very easy. That's the truth, right? And I'm just wondering if there's somebody, some young lady or some young guy out there that is wondering, right, maybe the person wants to be able to follow or to kind of like find a career in asset management. What advice will you have for that person?
Do a finance course first of all. Do a finance course.
Okay.
Finance course or mathematics, for example. But just be curious. Okay. Yeah, just be curious. Just try to be aware of what is happening around you. Have is about information. At the end of the day, the market goes down or goes up according to the information that you have or you don't have. So finance is about information. So working in the finance field, maybe asset management, maybe broking, advisory, or something like that. The most thing or the most key that you have to have is being able to go and find information, to be informed of what is happening in your environment. Let's say your really close environment and what is happening maybe very far too, because that's how you learn. We are in a point in 2026 where we often don't create anything new. We often don't create anything new. So yes, it's just repetition. It's just bringing in your environment something that does not exist in your environment, but that exists somewhere else, and that exists there since very, 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 very long time. So just go and find the information there. How did they do when they were at the place where am I today? How did they do? What did they go through? And if you have that information, you go very fast. You just go very fast because you will not make the same errors or mistakes as them. So just try to be very curious and try to find information. Financial market is all about information.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I think people that are out there, the young people that are interested in asset management, I think they will be very grateful to hear that. And I think you're also very curious, given the way you answer questions, because it's like you have like an in-depth knowledge of the environment, which is really cool. Now, I think there's one I would say one tricky question that there are some people who are still skeptical about investing in bonds because they feel like it's gambling. What do you have to say?
Gambling?
Yeah. They feel like it's some form of gambling because it's like you never know.
I would say yes and no.
Okay.
I would say yes and no because, for example, when you invest in a capital bond, that means you have some data of a company that are presented to you in a certain period of time, and they are doing projections about what they think they will do. They are anticipating the future. And they are telling you that, okay, trust we on what we are projecting, on our projections. So you go there with only those informations And maybe if you are someone who is a believer, your prayers to God. So maybe it can be called gambling because you are taking a risk on the future according to data you have of the past. So at that time, maybe it's gambling. Maybe it's gambling. We can compare it to gambling.
Yeah.
But even if it's gambling, you are gambling with real data. Yeah. It's not as if you are just there and you play lotto and say, okay, I will just put these numbers that I think that's my luck numbers. Yeah, that's my lucky numbers. So maybe if it passed, then it passed. There's no logic. There's no. There are not. You did not do any analysis,
yeah.
and that's you are just there and counting on luck. But when you are investing in the financial market, you do analysis. The broker do analysis for you. They will say, okay, we have analyzed this company the last 5 years. This is how they perform. This is their growth. This is how they perform. This is how they manage, and this is how their management is. Now, what they are doing is that they are raising money because they want to pass to another level. And if they have the money, this is how they plan to use the money to pass at another level. Now, what they are asking you is that trusting the past, anticipate to the future. So maybe it's gambling. But for me, it's not gambling. For me, it's having data. Because if it's gambling, it means everything we do in life is gambling. Because today we are doing projects that, okay, maybe I'm 40 years old today, or 35 years, or 30 years, or 20 years old today. I'm planning that I'll go to school, have my diploma, work, have a salary, and so. But when you are doing it, you are not sure that you will realize. So maybe you are gambling at that time too, but you are doing it and according to you, I saw people doing it. I think I have the skills and the background to do it too. So now you are giving yourself chances to be there. Exactly. That's exactly what you do in an IPO. I've done it. I did it in the past.
Yes.
The past years, I can present you my data that shows the reality that I've did it. Now, as I've done it in the past, what I'm saying is that I think I'm able to do more if I have more money. So please give me the money. I can now have the money myself. So I come to you to tell me that, or to come and take the risk with me. Please bring your money, and if ever I'm right, I will make you rich. That's exactly what an IPO says. Exactly.
Wow. Ekambi, thank you. Thank you so much for the education. Thank you so much for the enlightenment. Thank you so much for the rich conversation. Thank you. It's really been a pleasure having you here. And honestly, I couldn't have wished for more. I think I've learned more during this conversation about asset management than I have throughout my lifetime.
Thank you very much.
Honestly, it was really amazing, right? So I think before I let you go, right, I want to find out from you, what do you think is the future of asset management in Africa?
Oh, will grow in Africa, I would say in CEMAC, because depending of the zone or where you are in Africa, we are in different levels. But in CEMAC, I think we have a bright future. We are just starting. When I see where we were when we started it in 2016, we were having a market for around our market in 2016 when we created Aska Asset Management. For 2 years, we were having 1 billion as asset under management. That the fund that we were managing was 1 billion. Today, and we were 2 in CEMAC. Today we are 6. At the end of 2025, we are 16. But end of June, that mid-year 2025, where the market was around 1,000 billion of asset under management. So we need some maybe political decisions that will be very the game changers for us. that will help us to when we will have educated most of the CEMAC people or the Cameroonian people for particularly, it means we will have more. For example, when you take when you compare with microfinances, for example, first of all, we had only banks. We have the first one microfinance, the second one, then for example, for the Anglophone zone, all these 𝐌𝐀𝐍𝐶𝐶, 𝐌𝐻𝐶𝐶, this cooperative, it started with one. Then people did not even trust it. We have those who went, who died during the journey, but when you see the amount of cooperative that exists today,
so much. Almost everywhere now you have one.
For example,
Student unions.
For example, so I think we have the same word, and maybe we'll go even faster than them because we're in an area where information can be quickly distributed or shared. So I think our future in the future of asset management is very, very bright. And the people who are coming, who will be working on it, like in 10 years or 20 years time, they will be in a very, very big field. And we have so many things to do. The asset management can do so many things that if we have those like 2 or 3 political decisions that change the game, we can be very, very.
What are some of the decisions that you want to see?
For example, now, as for now, for example, we have problem with like all these land statutes, for example, because what you can do with asset management, for example, is constructing buildings with asset management. For example, if tomorrow you have a mall, I saw 1 or 2 malls coming here. If you want to construct a mall tomorrow, then having a bank debt, taking a loan to a bank, you can use asset management to raise money. People will just have a plan to say, okay, this is what I want to do. This is a mall I want to do in Bonaberry. For example, if Bonaberry don't have any mall, this is a mall I want to do in Bonaberry. In that mall, I will have like 100 stores, and I will bring some high standard, for example, marks that will come, luxury marks that will come, and I have already pre-contract signed with all those marks. They are ready to come if the mall exists. Now, trust me by giving me money and to have the mall. For example, in Morocco, they do it like very, very closely now. They had a mall where they raised 60 billion in 1 day.
1 day? Wow.
They opened it in the morning. At the end of the day was closed. They closed the fundraising for a mall.
Wow.
Just with plants.
That's amazing.
Just with plants, for example. Now, but today, our land law, the law for land in Cameroon, make it a little bit difficult to have those type of projects.
In what way?
Because first of all, it's not secure, because you can have a land title today and tomorrow there's a decree that declares that your land title is so it's cancelled, so you cannot do any project with it. We have the fact that you cannot sell apartments in buildings, in story buildings. It's difficult for us to sell apartments in story buildings. But if, for example, we secure the issue of land in Cameroon, for example, there are many projects that we can do with asset management. Asset management, you have in America, for example, you have pension funds that build hospitals, that builds like malls, many business centers, for example. So tomorrow, if let's say a big company like let's say a big company like for example, Mundi complex. The complex Mundi in Yaoundé was built by the Mutuelle du Personnel of Taxis.
Oh.
Normally, those people should have been working with an asset management. That's what you can do with the asset management. That you buy the land for they have how many, maybe 10,000 meters square, I don't know. The thing is very big. You have a hotel, you have tennis courses, you have a golf course too, you have football stadiums there. So it's very big. And that's what they did as a Mutuelle du Personnel des Impôts. if now that's only the taxis, the people working in taxis in Cameroon.
So
imagine if you can do the same thing with all those companies that are existing in Cameroon, the public one, the private ones, and you have a pension fund that can have their money. It means you can be shareholders of big companies, Orange, MTN, and so on. So there are so many things to do with asset management. It just depends of some game changers decision, and we'll be very far.
Oh, thank you so much. Anyway, I want you to talk a little bit about because I know you said something small about it. So what maybe makes Africa Bright asset management special? Among all the other asset management.
That's a question that they ask me every time.
Yes.
In Africa Bright Asset Management, we're a very small company, 5 years, as I said. But the special thing, and I think everyone in the market recognizes it, is that we have back our personnel. Our personnel has a lot of experience in the market. The company may be new, but the people working in that company have a lot of experience. And what we have as our best asset is our expertise, the expertise that we can have. And now we try to create products that are very close to our, let's say, the people in Cameroon. That's why we have one of our mutual funds, the main mutual fund that we sell is what we call 𝐓𝐶𝐶. That I told you during the conversation that with 1,000 francs, you can be a shareholder of 𝐓𝐶𝐶. That's how we think the asset management, that it should be something that it can be accessible to anyone. A high employee, grand card in entreprise in Cameroon, or a bayam or even someone riding bike. With 1,000 francs, you can subscribe on your Orange Money or your Momo to a share of 𝐓𝐶𝐶, and we are doing financial market.
Wow, thank you so much. Now we have some few relaxed questions, no more asset management.
What is the biggest lesson Cameroon has taught you about money and survival?
This question.
The biggest lesson Cameroon has taught me about money and survival. I think the biggest lesson I've learned about money in Cameroon is that it's not the main asset you should have. Because they say in French, l'argent ne fait pas le bonheur. I think Cameroon is the best place to realize that l'argent ne fait pas le bonheur, because you can have money, you can have a lot of money, but today, if you cannot, I came today from Yassa. If you cannot do Yassa, Bonaberi, that's 18 kilometers, you cannot do it in 30 minutes. Have the money you want, have a lot of money you want, have the best car you want, you suffer as much as the people who don't have the money you have. So
even suffer less because they'll take a bike and just go.
They'll take a bike and they will not do 1 hour on the road. So for me, one of the biggest lessons I've learned about money in Cameroon is that, okay, yes, you can have it, but if the conditions of life does not permit you to like have an advantage on others who don't have it, people are just like the same.
Wow, that's a beautiful one. Okay.
Oh, okay, I like this one. If you have to survive 1 month, only one Cameroonian meal, what will you choose? Okay, it's surviving, so you have to choose a meal that will eat without getting tired of eating it, but that will not like make you sick. Because I would say the best one like that is esuba. You know esuba?
No.
Esuba is one of our bakossi meal.
Okay.
That you do with pounded cocoa yams, and it's only with our main dish. The bakossi main dish is only with cocoa. So you have the leaves that you boil, and finally you grind it to do a sauce.
Okay.
A green sauce like that.
We have it. Like it's pounded.
Then now, yes, it's pounded small. Then you turn it. It's a green sauce like that, and now you have the fufu that you do with the cocoa that you pound. So I think I can eat it 1 month without any problem, and it's light. So I'm sure I will not have any problem with my meal.
Even in answering that question, you still prove that you're a very good managing director of an asset management firm because of the analysis that you did to answer that question.
What is your reaction when someone says you are your own boss or you work in an office so life is easy? I mean, I've always seen that I'm my own boss, even without being the managing director of a firm, because I'm the boss of my life. I'm the boss of the project of my life. So I may have a boss in a company. I may have a boss in my team. When I play soccer, I'm not the captain of my football team. So, but at the end of the day, I'm the one who decides the direction I have to give to my life. So yes, I've been the boss of my own life since very, very long, and I'm okay with that. Because if you don't think that you are the boss of your own life, it means you are letting people decide for you. You have to, having a boss, everyone in life have a boss. I don't know, even if you are the president of a state, the boss is the people that elected you. So at the end of the day, there's no one
without
a boss. But the only thing is that you are the boss of your own life. You are the boss of the project of your life. You are the one deciding that, I want to do this. I will quit this company. I will go there. I will do this. I will take a wife. I will have children. I will build a house. I will buy a car. You are the boss of your own life. So yes, I have no problem with that. I'm my own boss.
Wow.
I'm my own boss. And working in an office, so life is easy. Not that easy, Not that easy. But I would say people have jobs that may be more difficult than the one I have. So I'm blessed to be having my own. Maybe people have more easier job than mine. But I'm sure too that people have more difficult jobs than mine. So I'm comfortable with mine.
Wow. Thank you so much, honestly.
Thank you.
So, say Ekambi, as I said before, thank you. It was really an honor to think that you left Yasa, and I know the traffic that has been in Yasa these days because I think the day before today I was actually there and it wasn't easy because
they arranged the route at the
so it was really difficult. So for you to have actually left the house and you're here on a Sunday, that means a lot to us.
Thank you very much.
And I really believe that this conversation will go a long way. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
I wish you nothing but the very best in everything that you're doing. I think you're already doing well, and I think a lot of people would like to meet you. So, but if people want to get to you, I don't know, if for advice or maybe to come to the Africa Bride?
No, you can give them my contact. I don't have any problem. Or LinkedIn.
Okay.
I make sure I answer to everyone. So I don't have any issue if it's for advices or even for work and so on.
So thank you once more.
Thank you very much.
Hello, fellow viewers. It was an honor to have you all listening to us. I'm sure you enjoyed this conversation. We wish you nothing but the very best in everything that you do. Remember, we are here because you're there. Do not forget to subscribe. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, it's all by the name The 𝐍𝐆 Show. Love you. Bye-bye.